I'll force you to lock in 2025. That is the title of this video. Let's hop straight into it. All right.
Since COVID, a lot has changed. The world isn't the same as it used to be, but not exactly in a good way. Everything became gray and pretty much colorless. But so did we. Somewhere along the way, we collectively lost a bit of spark. And if you're honest with yourself, you probably feel it too. Every new year rolls around, and we always hear the same thing. Next year will be my year for real. Except it wasn't. Not in 2023, not in 2024, and it won't be in 2025 either. Unless you force it to be. So spare me a bit of your time, and I'll force you to lock in for 2025. But just a quick disclaimer, I'm not here to motivate you. Motivation is a sugar rush, and I'm obviously not selling candy. I'm here to give you the tools, perspective, and kick in the teeth you need to make this your actual year.
Let's get
like
locked
for
in.
real.
Come on.
Now, I'm not going to be too hard on you. I know you've been trying, or at least you think you have. Maybe you started a bulking plan, but quit after 2 weeks because life got busy. Or you set goals, but they were vague enough to be ignored, like, I want to be better. Better at what?
So this year for my 2025, my goal was to be more active, to stay more consistent with my fitness journey. As of now, from December, I've lost 20 pounds, so that's cool. My goal is to get back to like 165. Right now I'm at 175, so I got like 10 pounds to go. I've leaned out a lot. I'm really proud of myself. But my other goals are to get something going with my music, as well as get a following on my channels. So those are my goals for this year. And to also possibly get something going with my career. So I already have a really good job, but I want something that's a little bit different. So I want to work on that this year, if possible. Those are my goals.
Breathing. You've been doing that since birth. See, trying isn't enough if you're half-assing it. You're not failing because life is unfair, even though, yeah, it is. You're failing because you're waiting for life to miraculously align itself around your vibes, but it won't.
That's the biggest thing with like religion. It's like we expect God to hand us things, and a lot of Christians lack agency. Why am I talking about this? If you guys don't know, I feel like a lot of believers get it real messed up and twisted and think that God is going to come down and give you all these things that you want and seek, That's not true. If you want something to happen in life, you need to make it happen. Sure, certain things happen and it may not be your fault, but now it is your problem and you need to fix it. That's the way I see it.
You're the one who's got to align themselves with their goals. And to align yourself, you'll need to start where it matters most. Your time.
Okay.
You're probably used to saying, I don't have time. That's funny because you had time to scroll TikTok for 3 hours yesterday. You had time to rewatch the same show for the 4th time because it's absolute cinema. You had time to stare at the ceiling thinking about how you have no time. Did you see it? You have time.
Yeah, so the thing is like you make time for the things that you actually care about. And one thing that's actually helped me is by going all in on a hobby. For example, working out. Whenever I started working out seriously again, it made me want to get better at other things. So I started meal prepping. I started making sure that I was tracking my calories, stuff like that, and everything else kind of followed suit. Good habits build other good habits, and so I recommend that if you guys want to get things in order, just start with one thing and get really good at it, and you'll notice you'll hit a ceiling. And it'll make you want to get better at other things to help support that one thing you really want to get good at. For example, I produce music, and I wanted to get better. I always want to be better. So I started playing guitar, and it's helped me be better at producing. But it's also helped me be a better musician overall. Whenever, I never used to be able to play guitar, but now I can. And so stuff like that. It's like good habits build good habits. All right.
You're just bad at using it.
Yep.
If we do the math, you have 24 hours in a day.
24
Let's
hours.
say you sleep for 8 hours, if you're lucky, work or college for up to 8 as well, and spend 2 hours eating and existing.
Okay.
That leaves 6 hours. Now ask yourself, what am I doing with them?
Right.
If you can't answer that without stuttering, you found your problem. Look, we live in an era where you can learn literally anything for free or close to it. Feel like starting
You better do it before the robots take over, dude. Robots, my bad.
a business? There are tutorials,
Yep.
templates, and even AI tools
It's
that'll
too easy
practically
now.
walk you through the process.
It's just about
Getting fit or
investing.
shredded, there are apps, YouTube channels, and communities that'll keep you accountable. Learning a new skill,
Invest in
platforms
time.
like Coursera, Skillshare, or even TikTok, if you're following the right creators, have you covered. So why are you using your phone to scroll aimlessly instead of using it to level up or clicking that subscribe button below this video? Technology isn't the enemy here. You are. Your phone is a tool, but if you treat it like a toy, it'll treat you like a joke. But even then, tools are just tools. They're still pretty useless without a plan. Which brings us to my next point, systems. Saying, I want to save money is cute, but what's your plan? Are you tracking expenses, automating savings, or are you just hoping your bank account will surprise you like a physics exam on Monday? The same.
So actually, I've had a similar thing. So whenever it came to like me wanting to save money, I didn't force myself super hard to save money. I did still go out, enjoyed myself every now and then, but like I still do this. One thing that I definitely made sure that I was doing less of was things like eating out and buying stuff like clothes. I really like buying clothes. Buying clothes not as often. That's stuff that's helped me to kind of save money. And also little purchases, like whenever you go to gas stations, buying snacks and stuff like that, cutting down on all that nonsense has really helped me save a lot of money. So yeah.
Goes for fitness, learning, relationships, everything. Goals are basically useless without systems. Systems are what make you show up on the days you don't feel like it. They're the boring routines that actually get results. They're the
Yep.
meal preps, the study schedules, the workout plans.
Yep.
They're what separate the people who achieve from the people who talk about achieving.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, let's quickly address the ugly grind and why you should embrace it. Most of what will make you successful is not exciting. It's boring. It's repetitive. It's waking up early to work out when you'd rather sleep. It's saying no to plans so you can study. It's putting in effort when no one's clapping for you.
Yep.
The grind isn't supposed to feel good. It's
It's the stuff that people don't see. That's what makes you a better person.
supposed to feel necessary. And the
Yeah.
sooner you stop expecting every step to be fun, the sooner you'll start seeing results. Of course, the grind doesn't have to be the good old-fashioned way. Time's changed. You need to be aware and recognize the massive potential and opportunities sitting right in front of you. But you know what else is massive? We are now living in the most resource-rich era of all time. There's no excuse for being ignorant or stagnant. You want to make more money? Lots of money-making opportunities are everywhere. You want to learn coding, public speaking, singing, dancing, drawing,
there for you,
editing, animating,
Yep.
writing, talking to girls, touching grass? Free
Yep.
tutorials exist. You want to get better at anything? Google it. Even if it's not always accurate, you'll still learn something. Do you see it now? You're not struggling because there's a lack of opportunities. You're struggling because you're not grabbing them. And no scrolling through success content isn't the same as actually taking action. You might be watching this video and listening to my advice, but are you actually putting in the work? Stop being a boring, passive consumer of inspiration and start being an active participant in your own life. That being said, there's still one problem. You see, people avoid taking real action because of this one particular idea of balance. You've been sold this idea that you can balance everything perfectly. Work, life, growth, rest. Actually, it's not that easy, and it's kind of overrated too. If you want something badly enough, you have to let other things slide, collapse, descend, plummet.
100%.
That doesn't mean burning out, but it does mean prioritizing like your life depends on it,
Yep.
because it kind of does. You're not going to achieve your goals by squeezing them into the cracks of your schedule. They need to be front and center, not an afterthought. And in order to be able to do that, you need to answer one big question. Am I really trying? Because it's easy to say you're trying, but are you really? Or are you just dabbling? There's a difference between effort and consistent effort. One gets you short-term results, if that, and the other transforms your life. Be honest with yourself. If you're not where you want to be, is it because the world is against you? Or is it because you are not fully in that mentality? Are you because you're the lamest? Or are you the lamest because you're you? You can't half commit and then expect full results. I'm not saying this is someone perfect because I'm not, but I can confidently say I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been. And a big part of that is because I stopped waiting for life to hand me success and started forcing it. Anyways, my point is, if I could do that, what's the reason you can't? I mean, I'm pretty sure you and I are not so different. Look, this is just a wake-up call, a reminder. I'm not going to end this by saying something cheesy like, you've got this. You might not have this. That's up to you. But what I can say is that if you decide to lock in, like really lock in, 2025 can be the year you stop saying, next year will be my year for real, and start saying, this year is mine. The world isn't going to fix itself for you. It's gray and colorless, and that sucks. But you're smart, you're strong, you're adaptable, and most of all, you're a cutie pie. You can fix yourself. And maybe
Bro said he wasn't going to end it by saying something cheesy. He's over saying something cheesy. All right, forgive me.
that'll bring a little color back into everything else too. So, are you in? Or are we having the same conversation next year? I mean, you tell me.
So, one of the biggest things is like, hold on. Full screen on this hoe. Okay, so one of the biggest things that I've noticed is people like to micromanage other people's lives because it makes them feel like they're doing something productive. For example, it's so easy to point out a lot of inconsistencies in my character from someone else's perspective, but it's harder to point it out yourself. That's something that I feel most people struggle with, if not everybody. And it's something that's holding you back greatly. I encourage you to stop focusing on other people's lives and to focus on your own life. And to not be so hung up on other people's problems. This year, it's February, so it's kind of late. But this year, definitely prioritize you and what you want. And focus less on what other people think about you and focus on what you want for yourself. Don't worry about other people's struggles unless, of course, they are reliant on you and dependent. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay consistent in anything and everything you do. And when you fall down, just get right back up, man. There's nothing wrong with failing. There's nothing wrong with taking breaks. But the point is to keep going and to never stop. That's all I got to say. I'm back. I've been gone for a little bit. I had to do some stuff, some grown adult stuff. I recently got a new vehicle and my headphones broke. I got some new headphones. Stuff like that is kind of, oh, man. These are super high tech. If I touch them, stuff happens. What's it called? So yeah, I got a new car. I had to get some new headphones. The one I had weren't working. So I've been gone for about like 2 weeks, but I'm back, bro. And so we in this. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Check out the fade. Looking clean. Aside from that, I'm going to catch y'all later.